Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today we will be talking about the importance of eccentric exercise and also tackle the question of how to deal with quadriceps fatigue, especially during a downhill hike. Now in simple terms, eccentric exercises are exercises that deal with the lengthening portion of an exercise, and these exercises are usually done in a slow and controlled manner. Now research shows that eccentric exercises are very good at building muscles, strength, stability, and endurance. In this video, we will be showing you some graphical data to explain to you and present you evidence as to why eccentric exercises are very good and beneficial, as well as prescribe some quadricep eccentric exercises that may help you and benefit you during a downhill hike.
Here we have the length tension curve. On the x-axis we have the length, and on the y-axis we have the tension. The length of the muscle, as the length of the muscle increases, the ability for our muscle to produce tension from the short position, it increases until we get to the resting length, and then it decreases until we're fully stretched. Our muscle has protective fascia and connective tissue around it that helps it produce tension in that stretched position, even if our contractile sarcomeres inside the muscle can't. So, at the bottom of the single leg wall squat, let's say we're around here, our ability to produce tension is very low, right? So if we train in this area, we can increase our ability to produce a tension in the bottom of the squat, thereby, hopefully, during a hike, when you're walking down and eccentrically lengthening your quads, you will fatigue less and have a better time hiking.
So here we have our force velocity curve, and it's telling us that the amount of force our muscles can produce depend on how quickly we're moving through our range of motion. The graph is divided in the middle by the force, and on either side we have a type of contraction, and we just learned that eccentric contraction is when we're producing force through a lengthened muscle. So we see here on the x-axis we're increasing velocity in this way. And so if we look up at the force, we see that the most force that we can produce will be during a fast eccentric contraction, followed by a slower eccentric contraction, which is what we see in our exercise, the wall slide single leg squat. And even though it is slow, you can see by the rest of the graph, we're still producing more force than if we were doing an isometric or concentric contraction. So this is a really great way to train the quads, get them stronger to help you during the descent in a hike.
So the patient is going to demonstrate a single leg eccentric wall sit. Go for it. Perfect. And this motion is just going to be the downward portion of it. You're not gonna come up with this exercise. So just the downward portion. Some things we wanna look out for are going to be keeping that knee straight over the toe as we come down. We want to make sure that the knee doesn't cave inward or outward with this exercise. We also want to make sure that the lower back stays fully flat against that wall so that the core is nice and engaged and your whole body is stabilized throughout that motion. We also want to make sure that the downward portion is nice and slow and controlled throughout the whole movement. And you should be feeling this exercise in your quadriceps. Perfect. If there's any sort of knee pain throughout this exercise, we want to stop immediately, or you can modify the exercise by adding a chair. So instead of doing it against the wall, have that chair to stop you at the bottom of the motion. So a way to progress this exercise is to bring it off of the wall. Perfect, and just like that. And then we recommend doing this 3 to 4 sets for 10 to 30 repetitions, 3 to 5 times a week for endurance training.
The slow eccentric wall squat is not only a great exercise to build strength in the legs, but also provides many functional benefits. The eccentric portion of a wall squat closely mimics the movement that the legs go through during the descent portion of the hike. When walking downhill, each quad has to undergo a slow and controlled lengthening phase to safely plant the front leg down into the ground during each step. This motion is very tiring on the muscles, and it's often common to feel very sore in your quadriceps and hamstrings after a hike. The quads are contracting in order to slowly and safely lower the body in order to prevent injury to you as well as to the tendons and ligaments inside your knee. It's important to do this exercise with a weight that you feel very comfortable with and to do many repetitions in a single set because we're trying to train the muscle to be able to perform for a long period of time without fatiguing. Thanks for watching, and I hope you can use this knowledge to increase your time spent hiking pain-free.